Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This will be a compilation of True's games that he's played in the recent past, and game number 1 will be between Patience and True here on Belshire Vestige. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Patience. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True from Storm Gaming. Alright, so a ZVP for you guys on Belshire Vestige. Good way to start things off here today. Excuse me. Okay, a little bit of a coughing fit there. I'm okay. I'm feeling fine, though. Don't worry about it. Alright, so this is the first time you've seen a compilation of mine. I just like to spotlight individual players from time to time. We've done, let's see, Showtime. We've done uThermal, I want to say. We've done Hero Marine, TLO, other players. And I think this is the first time we've done True, but I'm not entirely sure just because I have 3 kids and my brain cells are depleting quickly. Whoa, Proxy hatched by True. This is why I wanted to do True this time, because he is unorthodox, he uses lings, he uses weird strategies, and alright, so True, what's going to be your response to this? The probe is zapping away at True's hatchery inside his natural base. Patience is like, okay, what are we going to do here? Going to get a Zealot out? Yes, Zealots are better against buildings than Adepts are, so this does slow down Patience's ability to get Adepts out and go for Harass, because he's going for a Zealot. True also has an expansion here at his own base, so he's not one-basing this, obviously. He's going to go ahead and try to do this thing, I think, pretty much with Speedlings, and this blocking off the ability of True to go for 2 bases, which is just brilliant. It's a brilliant opening here out of True. The Zealot is now hacking away with his Psyblade, trying to knock down this hatch, and you'll notice doing some really good damage there. I think the hatch might finish, but the Zealot should kill it soon after, if we can understand this. Another Zealot coming out here too. Patience really wants this thing gone, and I can't necessarily blame him. Yeah, the hatch is going up. The health is not necessarily going up, and now the second Zealot is here. Do you want to cancel that or let that finish, True? He's going to let it finish. Maybe just for the Broodlings at this point. He is making a Zergling, a pair of Zerglings, that he's going to send up into the main base based on this rally point. We'll see where they want to go there, and the Zealots, positioning themselves to get those Lings as soon as they pop. Well done, Patience. Well done indeed. Get out Lings, and there they go. Escape Photon Overcharge, killing one. Mothership Core going to get the other one as well. Patience, so good. So good. Broodlings are out now. The hatchery's gone, trying to kill these Zealots and just walking them around until they expire, and that's it. No damage. No damage taken at all by Patience there. Did delay his natural base just a little bit, but didn't lose any units. He didn't lose even any health off of any of his units. He lost some shields, but those will come back. He can get those back, no problem. Sloverlord for True coming in here as well. Now the question is, what's the follow-up from True on this one? He's getting speed for his Lings. He's got 10 Lings on the way. I think he's just going to really try to knock down this natural base of Patience and not let him keep it. Just going to try to go off this 2 base, keep the Protoss on 1, and see if he can make this thing happen. Another pylon on the way. Mothership Core coming down with a couple Zealots. The Queen is ready for the Mothership Core. Are the Lings ready for the Zealots is the question, though. Forcing True to play defense here is brilliant. Out of Patience, I like this very much indeed, but the Lings not even staying home. They're heading up. The Lings are moving across the map. Metabolic boost is just about complete. About 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds on that one in game to get there. Creep spread does get the creep tumor down, does True. That's excellent news. And is Patience just heading home? I think he's heading home. He's leaving his Zealots over here at a potential 3rd base by True, but I'm not sure True even cares to go for a 3rd base, if my opinion is true. Oh, no! Haha, True. It's not a full wall. I think Patience thought it was a true wall there. Oh, not a full wall at all, and the Adept couldn't hold it either. Pylons depowering the Cyber Core, depowering the gateway. Stalker's out. So bad against Speedlings. Gone. Is there anything to Photon Overcharge here? No, there's an Oracle out for Patience, so that's pretty good news. Oracle going to be just fine in this defensive type situation, but a lot of probes are going to die here. And by a lot, I mean, at this point we've had 8, which is a pretty big number, but the Oracle, woo, 10 kills on that Oracle. What a clutch Oracle out of Patience. Should we name that? I don't know if we should name that. It's not going to be a traditional move across the map type Oracle, so we'll kind of hold off on that for now. Also, I don't like to name stuff in the compilations generally anyway, at least not Cheese Compilation, but we'll see. Oracle swinging on down Lings here, saying, what up, Zealots? You want to try to block my 3rd base? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. And the Zealots are dead. Just about dead. There we go. Just about dead there. Oracle, again, just kind of trying to kill stuff, but there are enough queens down here to make her think about doing other things. 5 queens on the ground right now for True, just getting his natural base down, his patience. This is an absolutely great game 1 to start with, and really, it's True and it's patience. It's 2 incredibly great players. How the Lings get in here? Is it Drop Lord? Oh, it is the Drop Lord follow-up. True does not let you sit back and relax at all. At all. The Lings trying to get the front door here. Adepts holding the line as well. Ling's going to try to knock down this pylon. That is going to depower a Stargate. And no, they can't get it. They can't get it, and the Lings can't get that front door either there. So, I don't know. True's trying to kill his opponent real fast here. A lot of Lings just now dropping inside the main base. This is a lot of Zerglings, yo. This is 36 Zerglings on the field. A bunch of them dropping here inside the main base. Stalker, dead. Adept, dead. Oracle trying to use her Pulsar Beam to kill these Lings as fast as she can, and she's good at it. She's good at it for sure. Up to 14 kills already. I feel like Patience would be dead already without this Oracle. More Lings just going after the front door. Oh, the Adepts left their post. The Adepts left their post. Oh, no. Adepts, good job pulling back into a safe location where they won't necessarily die, but they've let a ton of Lings inside. A lot of probes dying here as well. Oh, the probes, are they fighting? No, they're too smart for that. Adepts trying to do what they can to get rid of this Ling count, but down to 25 Harvesters is Patience. I'm kind of surprised he has that many, honestly, because he's lost 22 to this point in time. He just keeps elevatoring Lings. Oh, look at that position by the Overlord. It can lift up Lings and drop them without even really having to move. This is why I like to watch True. It's just non-stop action. It's just Lings everywhere. Lings where you don't expect them to be. Now to 21 Harvesters for Patience. Here they are. Most of them here inside the main base. Can these Lings knock down this pylon? The answer is no. No, they cannot. And, oh, big old Adept warp in here by True. But there are Lings and there are Queens. Exactly what you want to deal with this type of an attack. Out of Patience. You did have the proxy gateway over here where he did this warp in. Are the Adepts going to be able to hold on? They're starting to die. They're starting to lose health. The Speedlings flying in, and that's it. A good game out of Patience. Patience with the GG. And True is victorious. What an incredible opening out of True there. Just would not let Patience sit back at all. 104 Lings died, but 24 probes, 11 Adepts, 2 Stalkers, 2 Zealots, a Pylon. And it just really goes to show how much you really have to keep these front doors locked, the front walls walled off, if you're a Protoss player on any map, really. But this is another one that has a kind of a big area leading into your natural base. This Elevator Overlord, MVP of the match, getting Lings into the main base constantly throughout the game. Nothing could really kill it. At any point, the Stalkers that came in just got immediately murdered by the Lings, and that was it. So, pretty good game 1. Pretty good game 1 out of True. Let's come back with game number 2 from Game 2 from True in just a second. Welcome back to this True compilation from Falcon Paladin. This will be game number 2 between uThermal and True on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True, currently up 1-0 on his opponents in this compilation. We're just going to keep a running total here, just because I don't only cast wins from the star of the compilation, because that would be pretty boring. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is uThermal. Ooh, the Dutch player, uThermal here. Ready to go from Team Liquid against True. True again. I just feel like if I was a Protoss or a Terran player and I was playing against True, I would just... I mean, it's just consistent attacks, Baneling drops, and Ling run-bys, and upgraded Lings, knocking down all your workers when you're not paying attention. He plays Zerg like Zerg is meant to be played. I know I've said that before about him. It's been a while since I've cast one of his games, though, so I figured we'd bring him back to the channel with some happy times for all you Zerg fans. And again, that doesn't mean he's going to win all of them, so you Zerg fans don't necessarily feel like, oh, Falcon likes True a lot. He probably only cast his wins. Nope. Not even remotely the case here. I actually don't know who won this game. I just grab up a bunch of replays from recent tournaments played by True, chuck them into a folder, and say, let's go. And we do. So it's going to be a 1-Rax expand here out of uThermal. Am I too zoomed out for this stage of the game? Probably a little bit too zoomed out for this stage of the game. And it's going to be a Marine opening out of uThermal, not a Reaper at all at this point in time. So no Reaper for him, and again, I'm not sure why that is. Reapers are pretty good at scouting, if nothing else, and just forcing the Zerg player to play honestly, right? Because if a Reaper doesn't show up, you don't have to make any Lings at all. That turns into 2 extra drones in the first couple of minutes, and that can really make a big difference. But, you know what? True doesn't care about that. He's not playing responding to what uThermal is trying to do to him. He's just going to move his Lings out without even scouting. Try to take down this SCV who is building the natural expansion, and we'll see how effective that is going to be here against the Dutch Terran player. There are 2 Marines. Are they moving out? Holy smokes, where are you guys going? I don't know, but they're going to die. Oh my, accidentally running into each other here. Oh shoot, run, Terran Marines. I don't think so. I think they're going to be overtaken and killed. And what do the Lings want to do here? Oh, they get a surround on 1. They're, okay, can they kill the SCV? No, the command center does finish. It does finish. That SCV might be in a lot of trouble. No, they're just going to go ahead and try to knock it down. These 6 Lings doing pretty good amounts of damage here. The SCVs, SCV and Marine combination, with 2 Marine combination, pretty good out of uThermal here. And oh, the Lings get out one of the Marines. That's enough for uThermal to pull back. He doesn't like what he sees. Lings coming back. If you don't want to engage me, True says, I'm just going to go ahead and continue to knock down your orbital command, at least force you to lift it off, and he does. And he does. uThermal did buy the time to finish that orbital command upgrade, which is nice, but forcing it to lift off is bad news again. Pinning his opponent to 1 base while he's got 2, it's just, I don't know why you would argue with this if you're True. If you can do that as a Zerg player, have 2 bases while your opponent's on 1, you have a really good advantage. Metabolic boost is now finished. Speed is done. This poor SCV just trying to maybe expand somewhere else. I don't know, but he's dead. And has landed the orbital command here. As uThermal, the Lings could come back in and force another liftoff if they wanted to. The Lings kind of try to go up the ramp, but 2 Marines behind a wall is pretty good against a large number of Lings. I mean, not against like 100, but against 6, it's not bad. And here was another one there. How many Lings have died? Just the 1. Just the 1. So just having complete control of this natural base right now is True, just with a handful of Zerglings. This is amazing. This is incredible. It kind of takes advantage of the incredible macro opening. uThermal went for just a couple Marines early, really trying to get his economy up and running, and he kind of got punished for it. 3rd hatch on the way now from True. 3 hatches to 1 would just be nuts. But the Hellions are out now. The map control belongs to uThermal. The Lings, I think, recognize this. They pull back a little bit. Not too far. Not so far that they're trying to go home, but they recognize, okay, there's got to be something coming out from uThermal to move me away, and 2 Hellions with 2 more Hellions on the way is definitely going to be enough here. Orbital command throwing down them mules here at the natural base. Marines are shooting at something. Oh, a Sloverlord for True is going to try to come in. Oh, it sees the starport. It sees the tech lab. It sees the tech lab is getting an upgrade, and that is making something. It's going to be a Cloak Banshee. What a scout by True. He knows Cloak Banshee is going to be a thing here. Unless uThermal cancels it, he looks like he's not planning on doing so. Sometimes players will cancel it if something gets scouted like this, where element of surprise is so important for this Banshee, but uThermal says, I'm going to make it work anyway. 3rd command center is done for uThermal. Going to upgrade it to an orbital command before he moves out and lands it here. Hellions just kind of running around, more scouting than anything else. I don't think they've killed anything at all. No, they really haven't. So 3rd hatch is done. We got spore crawlers up in each of his mineral lines because True recognizes the importance of having detection and static defense against things like oracles and banshees. So the banshee is going to come down and have probably a pretty bad time, as there are 2 queens. Geez, 2 queens at the natural base and a spore crawler. I don't see really 3 queens at the 3rd base. There's just nowhere really for this banshee to go where she's going to get a lot of work done. If she gets any kills, I'll be kind of surprised, honestly, outside of maybe a couple Lings, which are for some reason parked here as though they're expecting a drop of some kind. I guess better safe than sorry here. So there's the cloak, and does get a drone. Does get a drone kill, staying out of the range of the spore crawler. The detection area is there, but the spore crawler itself couldn't shoot here. Holy Hellion group, Batman. Oh, new Hellbat transformation. Big deal here coming on in. That is such a difference. Hellbat transformation on these Hellions. There are 10 of them moving right on into this 3rd base. There are queens. It's just queen trying to do this thing, and it's actually quite a number of queens, 7 of them, but no Hellbats have died yet. And 2 Hellbats staying back to try to kill this hatchery with their hairspray fire thing here. It's just a madhouse. Speedlings are in trying to do their thing, and you know what? Speedling queen, pretty good. Pretty good in that situation. Lings are going to die in this situation, but the Hellbats are going to die as well. We got 14 dead Zerglings in exchange for 10 dead Hellions and 10 dead drones, which is pretty bad, and a queen. So I think he weathered that fairly well. Did True. And again, the answer is going to be Speedlings and Queens. Third base has landed for uThermal at kind of this low ground spot, which is a weird spot to land it. But unfortunately going to force a liftoff, which is bad news. These SCVs getting pinned against a wall here before they can go anywhere, and they're out. That is 6 dead workers. Third base is forced to lift off. I think True was trying to poop some creep there if he could, but he couldn't. He unfortunately could not. Lings, again, knocking on this front door. Engineering base trying to hold off this front line as well. Banshee does have 4 kills and spreading creep, and then trying to force another liftoff here, I think is what we're doing. Yes, the Lings are going to roll right on in. Try to convince this orbital command to lift off so that the creep prevents it from landing anytime soon. And you know what? Not lifting. There's the lift, and now it can't land. Perfect. That is what True was going for there. Marines do force the Lings away. They don't want to die. True makes a lot of Lings, but he also takes care of the Lings as well. Overlord still pooping creep. The Marines not even really focusing it down. There we go. Now they got it. The creep will recede pretty darn quickly, but in the meantime, a 4th base is on the way for True. Overseer comes in, gets murdered, and look how fast this creep recedes so quickly in the latest patch of Legacy of the Void. It really helps when you're trying to do situations like this. Land, one small piece of creep there, and it's time to land, but the SCVs are in the way now. Get out of the way, SCVs, you jerks. There we go. Mules thrown down, several mules thrown down. What is that, 4? 4 mules tossed down there. Now, so this is where True techs up a little bit, right? He's going for a Baneling Nest. He's getting mutas. He's going Ling, Bling, Muta. He's been doing all of this harassment and this aggression while at the same time, all right, mutas are out murdering stuff in the main base of uThermal. Bad news. There are Widow Mines. They're not in great position to defend the mineral line itself, but the Widow Mines are pretty darn dangerous. And yeah, True does all this aggression while teching up, while getting wherever he needs to go. And it is so difficult for Terrans and Protoss to manage. Really aggressive in ZVZ as well, but that's kind of the norm anyway. 4th base is up for True. 3rd base is happily mining for uThermal at 66 to 54 Harvester. Zerg player has a bit of a lead. Not insurmountable by any sense, especially again with the presence of these mules. There are 6 mules? Yeah, that income's definitely going to favor our Terran player right now. 3,400 compared to 2,600. More mules continuing to get called down there. Going to mine out this 3rd base pretty quickly, which is something you might want to look out for. Might want to keep an eye on there. For sure. Oh, Widow Mines unburrowed. Getting picked off. One Widow Mine does get a hit, which is pretty bad news. More Widow Mine fire, but the missile turret's gone. More SCVs getting killed. Good kiting back here from True. 10 SCVs killed in just the recent seconds in exchange for about 7 mutas, which is a lot of muta. They do have the tissue regeneration ability where they can regenerate health when they're out of combat pretty darn quickly. But guess what? uThermal is not going to sit back and allow this to happen. Marines here to attack these rocks and knock them right on down. Mutas are out. Banelings under construction as well. Speed is about 10 seconds away. I think we'll have Baneling speed by the time these Marines actually show up and go to attack this 4th base. They're waddling right now, but they'll be rolling soon enough. 3 seconds and pop. There it goes. Completed on that right side. So Marines, medevacs, mostly Marines. No Marauders whatsoever, but just those Widow Mines. So the MMW today, Marine medevac, Widow Mine, pushing up with his Marines. He's got +2/+1, working on +2 armor as well. Again, under this aggression, uThermal does not collapse. He does not collapse. He continues doing what he needs to do, getting those upgrades, making stuff happen, recognizing that True has to sacrifice quite a bit to make the aggression happen. And here we go. Big old attack here at the 4th base, getting chased away. Getting chased away by Lings and Banelings. I'd love to see some Infestors here, some Fungals to tie down these Marines, and so they can't run away from the Banelings, but we will see. We will see. Does he have an Infestation Pit? The answer is I don't think he does. I don't think True has an Infestation Pit, ladies and gentlemen, at all. Mutas here at the 3rd base. Banelings as well. Banelings trying to crash into the Marines, and all the Marines are coming back home to defend their 3rd base, which is exactly what you want to see. Not all the Marines. More Marines are up here threatening the 3rd. This is an absolutely insane non-stop game. That's what you get when you get True, though. Banelings firing on in, getting target fired as well, but getting surrounded entirely is this Terran army. The Muta's trying to pick off medevacs as they retreat. Absolutely disgusting medevac pick-offery there. 4 medevacs have been killed. He's down to 1, which is not what you want against a Zerg player, especially you need more medevacs. For these Marines, uThermal knows he can't sit back and retreat here. There's already a 5th base on the way from True. It is complete now. It is completely done now. More mutas in production. +2 melee attack, getting research for True at the same time. +3 is on the way from uThermal, however. So he's feeling pretty good about things right now. Muta's flapping their little wings around, attacking this third base. Trying to go after something, but no, the Marines are here. The Marines are defending this third base, recognizing that is what you want to do. Checking to see, is there a fourth base on this left side? No. No fourth base. uThermal is kind of stuck on 3, while True is sitting happily on 4, and he just doesn't stop moving. True doesn't stop moving. Peels off his mutas, trying to kill some things here. Getting the reactor off of factory is pretty nice. Went for the other one, couldn't quite get it. These guys do have the +1 flyer attack, which is nice. Able to get one reactor, but not the other one. A lot of Widow Mines burrowed on in here. Are the Mutas actually going to attack into these Marines? Is he freeing up supply? Or does he think he can win this thing? He can't. I know what? He sort of felt like he could win it, and he did pretty well, but he's down to 8 Mutas now. Total number of 16 out on the field, and he's lost 14 to this point in time. So Ling, Bling, Muta, you need something else here, True. Whether it's Broodlords, whether it's Infestors, whether it is Ultralisks, whether it's something. But he doesn't have any buildings for any of those things, it turns out. So, is he going to stick on this forever? He might stick on this forever. We're 12 minutes in. Who knows how long this game is going to be. Mutas, Banelings with the +2 attack. Nope, +1 attack. Working on the +2 attack. It is about 65% complete here. Going for that third base again. Banelings rolling into that mineral line, and he might lose this third. uThermal might straight up lose this, but no, enough Marines remain, and the missile turret remains to where the Mutas aren't quite able to do what they want. 23 Mutalisk group here, working on +2 flyer attack. That is a pretty long upgrade, but it will get there. It'll get there eventually. Spreading creep pretty darn well. True is also an excellent creep spreader. Still pulling back, just keeping uThermal pulled back at his third base. He did get a fourth base. Somehow, someway, he managed to do this while being under attack all of this time. Fourth base is done. Fifth base under construction by True now along that bottom side of the map. We got +3 infantry armor wrapping up right now in 8 seconds. In 8 seconds, we're going to have +3 Marines, which is pretty good against Ling Bling Muta, ladies and gentlemen, and not bad at all. Mutas, Banelings, trying to roll somewhere, trying to kill some things, trying to pull the army out of position so the Mutas can do stuff here inside the main base, and I like it. Pulls a reactor off the starport. Widow Mine fires, though! Oh, no! That was a big one. A little bit careless. 30 Mutas have died. We're down to 7 remaining from the 24 that we had, 23 that we had. That was a big deal. Man, Widow Mines. If your opponent's going Ling Bling Muta, Widow Mines could be your savior. For absolute certain. Ling's trying to roll in. Baneling's trying to fire up as well. Trying to take down those Widow Mines as the Widow Mine corpses are flying into the air. More Banelings coming from the right side. Big old hits here. And I think this third base might end up falling for uThermal. He's forced to retreat with it anyway. Big old reinforcing group of Marines trying to come down, but there's a lot of Banelings on the ground remaining. Look at them target fire. The Banelings, though, woo! Splits and target firing, taking some casualties, but also Durnier's still alive. Unfortunately, fourth base in ravaged state. What am I trying to say there? In a ravaged state. In shambles. In shambles. uThermal's forced to lift off his fourth base. He does reland his third. It's 75-27 total harvesters. True is just playing this so well. Is that a 7th base? Along the bottom left side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th base. On that left side, absolutely nuts. Medevac count is up to 7. It's 25 Marines and 7 Medevacs, which might not be enough with 9 Widow Mines against 18 Mutalisks, 95 Lings, and 14 Banelings here. Here we go, fourth base. Banelings rolling in to take care of the Marines, and the fourth base does fall. Orbital command gets taken out of the sky by the Mutas. He just keeps making more. He's got 18. He's lost 30. He doesn't care. He's lost 30. He can make more. He can afford it. He has 7 bases and 77 workers going for the hive now at 15 minutes, which seems a little bit late, but dude, Ling's trying to pin the Banelings in. Good target firing, though. Good target firing on those Marines. Muta's picking off Medevacs like they're made of tissue paper. That's 13 dead Medevacs, down to 4 total right now for uThermal. So third base sort of kind of mining. Actually, it's oversaturated. He needs, I think he's moving one of his bases, his main base or his natural base, over to that fourth base location on the top side here. A bunch of Widow Mines sitting here saying, come on in with your Lings and your Mutas and your Banelings, and we'll see. It's just, again, it's amazing how well True can be the aggressor against Terran, against Protoss, where the game is sort of designed for Zerg to be the defender in a lot of these situations, right? uThermal loves to do drop play. He loves to do drop play. The Mutaflog basically makes that impossible, and he just refuses to allow uThermal to sit back and bring up attacks and attack him over and over when he's the one who's doing the attacking. It's absolutely brilliant. Another medevac pickoff. This factory doesn't have a reactor. Starport doesn't either. Trying to go after supply depots, possibly supply blocking. The Terran player could do it, but the instant repair. Good repair timing there. Fourth base is up for uThermal. These banelings, it is a baneling roll-in. Oh boy, there are 10, 11 banelings crushing on in here. Widow mines are going to fire, but it doesn't matter. They're still going to explode on everything. Even if they get exploded, 100 hit points left on that orbital command, but it can be saved by this mule. Can be saved by this mule. 8th base coming in from True as well. He is just covering the entire map with purple, with blue, as is his color of choice right here. Banelings crushing on through 4th base. In a lot of trouble as well. The Widow mines are firing. Doesn't care. True does not care whatsoever. Mule's getting destroyed. SCVs getting destroyed as well. Banelings not on creep. Good spreads and target firing by True right there. Absolutely gorgeous. He's been practicing that one for sure. Some of the best splitting and target firing I've seen. Ultralisk Cavern on the way, plus through ground carapace. Adrenal glands being researched by True as well. Resources lost here, about 20,000 for our uThermal player and 27 for True. And again, he just has more bases. He just has more macro, and he can afford to take these hits. Another medevac down. We have two. We have 2 down. 4th base does explode to the Mutaflock. Banelings killing more and more stuff. 8 more SCVs die. It's 20 to 20 or 74 harvesters. A 9th. Is that a 9th base? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9th base in the top right side. He's double expanding on opposite sides of the map right now, just making True work his butt off to try to kill him, and I just don't think it's going to happen. It's 200 to 72 total supply. Banelings and Mutas getting some nice hits off there. More lings. It just seems like there are more lings and Mutas no matter what, and that's it. A good game out of uThermal. uThermal is defeated, and True is a victorious. Wow. Wow. So we'll give True a 2 there for his 2 victories against his opponents so far. So a good start. A great start for our Zerg player. 16 medevacs kill, 207 Marines. 207, 98 Banelings did die, 30 Mutas did die, 299 Zerglings did die as well, but just couldn't establish that 4th base. That 3rd base kept being under assault as well, and it's no hatches died in this game. Zero hatches, period. Just beautiful, beautiful play from True. And we'll be back with game number 3 of this compilation in just a second. Welcome back to our True compilation, everybody, by Falcon Paladin. This will be game number 3. True is up 2-0 on his opponents, and this will be a game between True and Cham on Paladino Terminal, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Cham. So True versus Cham, a ZVZ to mix it up from the TVZ and the ZVP we've already had today. That's an early pool. That's an extractor pool opening out of True. Is Cham ready for this is the question. Is he going hatch first? He's going hatch first. Now, this is not as much of a death sentence as it used to be back in Heart of the Swarm, right? On Heart of the Swarm, you go hatch first. Your opponent goes pool first. You're pretty much dead. Really, really hard to deal with that. The pros can, but it was a rough row to hoe. However, here the hatchery goes down a little bit earlier than it used to, and the pool can come out a little bit faster. But if Cham delays on this pool any further than this, I mean, he almost needs to what did he just make more drones? He just made more drones. Okay, he's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. He is drone scouting, which helps. He sees the pool popping and goes, oh, snap. Oh, snap. I immediately need a pool. Did he tell me he canceled a worker or 2? No, but he's getting his pool down immediately. There are already lings on the way here from True, though. Let's see. Let's see how this works out for Cham. True is also getting speed. He pulls all of his workers off of gas. There's no sign. He's attempting to expand behind this. This is essentially a 6 pool, you guys. This is a 6 pool from the Brood War days when he started out with 6 workers. And again, Cham, he just needs this pool to finish. He's trying to get an extractor, which I don't know I necessarily agree with. I don't know if he can defend this with speed. He almost needs to defend it with queens and spine crawlers and slow lings, but man, slow lings versus speed lings is a rough go. Also, he does want to finish this hatch. He's not canceling the hatchery. So if he doesn't have speed on his lings, that's not going to happen. He's not going to be able to defend it, even in the littlest, tiniest bit. So here comes a Zergling from True, running up inside the main base, seeing exactly what is going on here from Cham, and he's going to feel okay about it, as he doesn't see any lings defending. There is immediately a spine crawler coming in from Cham inside this mineral line. I think this might just be bait. Cham's just like, what up, dude? Come kill my expansion hatchery. Don't kill me. Kill the hatchery. That's fine. True is expanding behind this now. Back at his natural base location. 6 lings on the way from Cham. There are 8 lings out for True with 2 more on the way. Is Cham getting speed? No, but that's only because he can't afford it. He's still working up the 100 gas required. Speed is finishing for True here. And why did he leave? He left off attacking... Oh, here we go. Some slow lings coming in to defend. Are there enough slow lings? Possibly. The lings go for the run by here. There's a spine... Oh, there was a spine crawler in the mineral line. What did you... Okay, moving the spine crawler out to the natural base, which, you know what, is actually probably okay. The queen's here to defend. The slow lings are here to defend as well. Speed is on the way from Cham. But again, slow lings versus speed lings just feels like a terrible experience. It just makes you feel like you have your legs chopped off and you're trying to run away from a zombie. Bad place. Spine does hit. Okay. True's actually retreating here. True is retreating from this situation. And you know what? Cham's doing okay. Cham lost a drone. He's got a spine up. He's got 2 queens. His natural's up at pretty much the same time as True's is. And Cham did everything right there. He did everything right there. More lings. Ah, the Baneling nest is done for True, though. That's going to be the great equalizer here. If the Baneling hits are good, Cham's in a lot of trouble in this situation. But if he can survive these hits, he's going to be all right. He will be okay. Speed is not quite done. About 20 seconds to go. 25 seconds. That's a long time. Sees the Banelings. Run! Spinecrawler needs to focus down the Banelings. No. Don't focus down. Just focus down the Banelings. Ah, Banelings are going to explode. Oh, the Spinecrawler's gone. The Speedlings are there. Taking down Queens. Banelings are out as well, which means now Cham can defend. Look at the Queen hold the ramp there. Way to go. But so many Speedlings getting a full surround on the Queen and all of the Lings right now. Bam. What is left here for Cham? The answer is nothing. There's nothing left for Cham. He's got 14 lings on the way. His speed has completed this Baneling wandering around at the natural base of Cham's for True here. It's just the Banelings are so hard to deal with if you don't have any of your own. Drones trying to run. Big time Baneling hit there. What a great animation. That is drones trying to hoof it for a place where they're safe. But no, the lings are too fast. They're not going to allow that to happen. Lings are out for Cham. Does he have his own Banelings? He has his own Banelings as well. The question is, can they morph in time to make this thing happen? And yes, they can. They can hold this possibly. True's trying to knock down this natural base. The Banelings trying to stop it from happening. And yes, they do stop it from happening. The Lings for True, though, just running all over the place, every which way. This is why ZVZ is nuts, you guys. Trying to take down the natural base of True. Are some Lings of Cham's here. So Cham trying to hang on. It's 19 to 15 Harvester. Cham has more than his opponent. The Lings have free reign inside Cham's main base. Lings for Cham trying to go in True's main base as well. Are there enough of them is the question. Defensive Lings, there are possibly enough there. Suddenly Cham's down to 9 drones, and that's it. GG out of Cham in 5 minutes. ZVZ, you guys, it is a crazy, crazy matchup. Those of you who don't play Zerg, just know. Just know this is what we're looking at. Okay, so pretty quick one. Pretty quick little win for True. He is on a tear, you guys. Nope, Cham doesn't get that. True gets that. True gets 3. Cham gets 0. We'll be back with another one from True in just a second. Welcome back to the True compilation, everybody. True is up 3-0 on the opposition. Can Zest stop him? Here on Paladino Terminal, we have Zest in the top left corner, the red Protoss. And in the bottom right corner is True, where he started against Cham. Extractor trick out of True, which allows him to get 15 out of 14 supply early on. I'm not entirely sure if it's worth it, but the pros seem to think so. I'm not entirely sure if it's worth it at your level of play, unless you are a pro. True, going hatch first. Wait a second, hatch first at where? Hatch first down here. There aren't any gold bases on this map. I don't understand what's happening. You're just scouting. Okay, just taking the weird way around to scout, and the hatch first is coming up at his natural base. So that's fine. Gateway warping in for Zest here. Now, people do like Zest. There are some fans of Zest on the channel. Should be interesting to see how he can handle this True's madness. Again, True's just OGTB Baguette. Baguette has the left of the game. That's such a great name. Just a wonderful name here. And Drone actually playing the bit of the spoiler here. Oh, he's hatching in Zest's natural base. He did this against Patience in game 1. Does he do this against every Protoss? It's a small sample size. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say True does this in every single PvZ he ever plays. He just goes hatch first in the natural base, and I don't think... Maybe Zest knows. He's going 1 base. He's going 2 gateway into Cybernetics core. He can't see this. He can't see this, but maybe he just makes an assumption. He's like, you know what? True likes to do this. I'm just going to get Zealots out, and I'm going to knock down this hatchery, and everything will be just fine. The probe comes in just to check, says, ah, yes, that's happening. I'm going to zap it away. Zap. Zap. Using my zapper. Did the zaps really make that much of a difference, or would this probe better serve Zest by being up here mining? It's a good question. Oh, more probes coming out from Zest. Zest responding differently from Patience. Are these going to be... Oh, it's going to be Adepts, that's why. These are going to be Adepts from Zest. He's going to try to harass with the Adepts and use the probes to knock down the hatchery. Is it enough, though? He's got 9. 9 might be enough. That's such a great animation. A little zap, isn't it? Isn't it so pretty? It's like... got little... It's like drawing in energy from the outside to create that laser. And True lets his hatchery finish. The Adepts don't even worry about it. The Adepts are heading out to harass. The probes are going to knock down this hatchery. It's just a lot of lost mining time for Zest. Is what it is. Look at how many probes are not mining for the last minute or so. I don't know what these Adepts are expecting to do. I mean, the Queens are on the way. You know what? Queens are on the way. They're not done, though. So the Adepts actually do have some stuff to manage here. Brewling's trying to take down a pylon. Can't do it. Cannot do it. And Adepts are here. There are 2 Lings, 4 Lings. But it's not enough. You need Queens for this. You need Queens and Lings. Trying to get a surround, kind of surrounding one of the Adepts, but not really. Do the drones have to fight for their own lives? Maybe. Oh, the Adepts moved out to the natural base. Instead, starting to lose some drones here, True. I mean, this is a great move by Zest. I'm loving this. Sending the Adepts out, letting the probes handle the hatchery, and then killing as many of these annoying little drones as you can, forcing the drones to turn into spore crawlers every which way. Lings trying to kill these Adepts, but they're slow, and there aren't that many of them. And finally, a Queen comes out for True. This is what True needed, is a Queen in his main base. But guess what? 2 more Adepts have joined the party. They are coming right on in. They are mad. They are mad. They're trying to kill this Queen. They're not very good at it. At killing Queens, but they can get there eventually if you give them enough time. Lings trying to get that surround. The Ling-Queen combination is what you want to do. Oh, the transfer out, though. They transfer out to the natural base. This Adept has 8 hit points. Get it, Queen. No. The weakened one is microed back, though, by Zest. Excellent job. Is he leaving? Is he going home? He just transferred out. Zest decided to transfer out. Damage is done. He, 15 Lings killed and 6 drones killed and a hatchery killed in exchange for a probe. That's pretty good. That is a pretty good exchange for Zest so far. 25 to 15 harvesters. Okay, so his response, a lot better, it turns out, than Patience's. It's different, but it seems to be more effective, I would say. He was able to get some damage done on True because his Queens were late because of that weird third hatch he took early. Speed isn't anywhere close to starting because the extractor's not even done for True yet. That's his first extractor. Ladies and gentlemen, Resonating Glaives on the way from Zest as well. Is he just going to kind of go straight up mass Adept and try to kill True early here? It's possible. It's possible that's something he could go for, but I don't know. I don't actually know. Yeah, Resonating Glaives, Warp Gate Research. More and more Adepts coming in. Any sign of anything else? Just gateways, no robotics facility, no Stargate. There is the Twilight Council, but again, just being used to upgrade Adepts. It's no sign of any future tech. Overlord scouting this out does see the Adepts moving in here. There are slow Lings, and like I said, he hasn't even started speed yet because he only has 76 gas. Trying to get a Roach Warren. Do you want to go for speed or do you want to get a few roaches is the question of the day here. The Lings are holding the ramp leading into the main base. The natural base is a pretty big hotbed of mining activity right now. And where did the Adepts go? Did they go back home? Why are you going back home, Adepts? No. You were okay. You were okay to go do some damage. True was worried about you, but now that speed's on the way and a Roach Warren's coming in, by the time the Adepts get there, your window is closing. Your window is closing, Zest. All right, what else are you doing here, my friend? Is that about it? Do we still not have any higher tech? I don't know if you can beat True with straight up Adept, man. I don't know if you can do it. He's going to have a lot of Speedlings and a lot of Queens and maybe some Banelings, even if he sees what you're doing here. Banelings are pretty good against Adepts, considering they are light units, as we can see here, light biological. And we're moving out with 9 Adepts. Like I said, there are going to be some Roaches, 6 Roaches popping a Roach-Ling-Queen combination, pretty good against this stuff. And going to Sonic transfer their way inside the main base. You cannot stop them from doing this. They phase. Oh, and they cancel the transfer. Going to go after the natural base instead. The Lings are slow. The Roaches are here, though. The Roaches are here getting some damage off. And here's the dance. Here's where the dance begins. Zest actually wants to leave. Wow, he wants to go home from this. So he's just being cautious, right? He hasn't lost a single Adept yet. He wants to keep this Adept count as high as possible, but he hasn't really killed much. He didn't kill any drones during that attack. He killed maybe a couple Lings. He's coming back in for round 4 here, it feels like. And there's another canceled Transfer. Double Stargate. Where are you, Double Stargates? Double Stargate's here with Phoenix for Zest. So he's adept Phoenixing a Zerg player today. We'll see how effective that is. We don't see it a lot. We don't see it a lot at the pro levels. Again, just the jukes and the cancels and the fakes. Zest is trying to keep True on his back feet without losing the adepts, which, you know what? He's doing it pretty well so far. 12 Lings on the way. Injects continuing. We're at 2 base to 2 base right now. And the adepts Sonic transfer out. See? They kind of bait you in there. And then Sonic transfer out. I do love getting Ravagers in pretty much all situations. I can't think of a situation where you don't want Ravagers. In StarCraft2, maybe if your opponent... I'm trying to think here. Maybe if they're going like just a lot of Storm, you don't want it. Because again, the Ravagers do have fewer hit points, 120 hit points. They're a little bit squishier, but the extra range and the corrosive bile ability helps immensely for them. And the fact that they're not armored is also nice. Ravagers are just a great unit. We should see more, I feel like. Phoenix flying in. I don't think True saw this coming. Well, maybe he did. He's got a Spore Crawler on the way, but it's not here yet. It is not here yet. It is not here yet. Queen gonna die for sure. Goodbye, Queen. Overlord probably gonna die as well, but the push in the front. True has a lot of Lings and 4 Ravagers here. Gonna take down pylons that are trying to be photon overcharged. There are some Phoenix, but good luck with that, man. Lot of dead probes at the same time. The Phoenix are just rocking the house. Spore Crawler does kind of chase them away. Lings, Corrosive Biles landing almost on his own army there is True, but he's a little too good to let that happen. There are Adepts trying to defend against this thing, lifting one of the Ravagers with the Phoenix, desperately trying to kill it, but they're not light either. They don't take extra damage from the Phoenix. It's a problem. Can Zest hold this? Zest looks like he's holding this. Hey, Zest holds this. Way to go. But guess what's coming across the map? More Zerglings. More Zerglings, a lot. A lot more Zerglings. Oh, and that's it. True with the good game. True is out. True is defeated, and Zest is victorious. Yep, Zest has his 3rd base coming up. True is down 35 to 29 Harvesters. The Lings can't get in there. There are too many Adepts with Resonating Glaze. Photon Overcharge, definitely a thing here as well. Got an Immortal on the way. Not sure how good that would have been, but regardless, 3rd base was up. He went kind of all in with that attack on 2 bases and lost. So Zest holds it. Zest gets a 1 in the win column for the visiting team. See, I told you True wouldn't just stomp through this without losing any games. Right, right. All right, so let's come back with another game in the True Compilation in just a second. Welcome back to the True Compilation. This will be a game between True and uThermal on Belcher Vestige, the Ladder Edition. All right, uThermal, it's your chance to get a 2 up here in this little box by beating True. In the bottom right side of Belcher Vestige, the Ladder Edition, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is uThermal. Very delicious. We've seen these players before in this compilation. True won game 1. I want to say handily. That's probably offensive to uThermal in some way, but man, True didn't lose a hatchery. Didn't really lose all that many workers either. Had 9 bases at the end of the game to uThermal's 3, and it felt like a stomping. He was everywhere. He had Lings, Banelings, Mutas, kept replacing the Mutas. After they died, took massive Widow shots to Mutas, just kept making them. I think it might just be the macro of True that makes this thing work. He's going Extractor Pool, by the way, you guys. This is an early harass build out of True, as we saw previously in game number 1, that really kept uThermal kind of pinned inside his main for a while. So we'll see if uThermal's learned from that, if his hit has any ideas. You know what helps is if you get a Reaper. If you get a Reaper early, Slowlings are pretty much useless. They will all die to the Reaper for sure. So getting Marine, not as good, not as good. We'll see what uThermal decides to do here after that game number 1, in which things were a bit of a struggle for him. I'm going to get our Reaper name list out just in case that's what we're dealing with. And we do have... Oh, wait, there we go. There's one. And it is a Reaper, thank goodness. Reaper's name is going to be Saints Warcry. Once the flag bearer of a known group of Terran mercenaries, their group was eventually disbanded. Now, as part of the Dominion Protocol, he must fight for the Dominion, like the mercenary that he is. I don't know what that means. Let's roll with it. Saints Warcry is the Reaper. The expansion is being built on the low ground for uThermal. Reaper going to move out. Factory already on the way from uThermal. And you know what? True is not actually doing the thing where he sends 6 Lings out. Instead, he got the hatch early. He's getting a Roach Warren. This might be a 2-base all-in. That's an early Roach Warren. Very early indeed. So Saints Warcry is sitting here behind the mineral line at his 2nd command center. What? Are you waiting for Lings to come in so you can murder them? There's only going to be 2. I have to disappoint you. There's not going to be enough for you to really show your true valor here, but Killing 2 Lings is going to be fine. You'll save the command center. You'll be the hero of the command center. The Lings have shown up, and the Reaper springs into action. SCV pulls off. Reaper says, no, you die. You die, Zerglings. And he gets them. And he gets him. The Ling body falling off the cliff there. What is down there? Why is this an island? I mean, tropical island, right? There's palm trees and beaches and stuff, but it's just like this black nothingness down there. I don't know. Either way, way to save the command center. Command center does finish upgrading itself to an orbital command. Here we go. It's Saint's Warcry also scouts out the Ravager Roach push. That True is pushing here right now. Good job scouting there, Saint's Warcry. Even going up a weird angle is True, trying to avoid getting scouted, but nope. Got scouted. Oh, factory. Double Cyclone. Interesting opening here. So Double Cyclone's going to try to save this day for uThermal. I like it. I like the creativity on display here. The Ravagers are like, what up? We're going to kill your reactor before your double units come out. Now, if he actually focused down the Reaper, that'd be pretty good. And he does, but the Cyclones are out. The Cyclones are out. Both of them managed to get out. Bunker under construction is completely dead. Corrosive Biles finishing off a supply depot. It's on fire. It will die. It will die here. 2 Cyclones trying to kill that row, trying to focus that thing down first of all. Corrosive Biles landing, keeping the Cyclones out is a bit of a zoning maneuver. And uThermal is forced to lift up his command center and get back in. Dude, the aggression. I can't handle the aggression anymore. I don't even know what to say about it. True, even if he doesn't win this game, I think this is Zerg style, man. You show up with units early, you murder stuff, you kill supply depots. Nice job repairing that. Can't repair it if it dies that quickly. As it turns right on out, there are 2 Marines inside that bunker. Going to try to repair it in advance. Corrosive Biles can hit this factory from the low ground here for True. Roach is coming in, joining the party. Trying to just trying to make more Cyclones, says uThermal. Don't mind me. That's what we're trying to do. Why is he waiting for 4? Seems odd he's waiting for 4 here. Is he going up the ramp? He's going up the ramp. Cyclones. Marines inside the bunker. Getting out of the range of the Marines inside the bunker. SCVs forced to fight for their lives. Never a good sign. But the Cyclones doing pretty well for themselves. One's dead, though. One's dead. Kind of pinned into a corner is True. The Roach is dying immediately. They take that extra damage from the Cyclones, right? So it's going to be 5 versus 3 damage. But again, the fire rate is so high, it almost doesn't matter. Just going after these SCVs, not worrying about death are the Ravagers, and they're all dead. But 18 SCVs are dead as well, so it's 16 to 31 Harvesters. True has that lead, is feeling fine and feeling pretty. Salvaging the bunker, deciding perhaps that's enough aggression. There are slow overlords positioning themselves across the map in case of drops. An overlord dies to Marines and a lock-on ability. Cyclone, 2 kills, 2 kills. You guys are new, right? New Cyclones. That one has 5 kills. All right, that's good. And now the continued aggression from uThermal. Slow overlords scout this out. They're like, what up? uThermal wants revenge on his dead SCVs. 19 dead SCVs. He does supply block True by killing one of those slow overlords. That's going to help. That's going to help immensely here. There are some Roaches defending. I don't know if some Roaches is enough against 4 Cyclones. Again, so dang good. Banshee, Cloak Banshee follow up here from uThermal as well. The idea is to keep True pinned here. Keep him pinned, right? Keep him not knowing what's going on. He does have a Spore Crawler coming into his main mineral line. Did he see? He saw the starport with the tech lab. All right, fair enough. He saw it. Another Overlord dies. Does supply block True again at 60 out of 60 available supply. So frustrating to lose those Overlords. I love what uThermal is doing. I'm trying again to keep True frustrated. We're up to 30 to 25 Harvesters. uThermal is making 2 SCVs at a time. And True's a little supply blocked, as we've noticed. He is not supply blocked anymore, though, so that's great. Is he making more? Yes, he's making 6 more drones. In celebration, 6 more drones seems like a good number. It's a good number of drones there. 3rd command center coming up for uThermal inside his natural base. And he's going with his Banshee thing. He's going with the Cloak Banshee thing. Did they increase the Banshee load time, Banshee build time? I kind of feel like they did, just because I don't know. I feel like it takes longer to build them than it used to. Oh, and a Raven. Yes, uThermal. I like this game. I like this game out of uThermal already. Is he meching it? He's basically meching it. He's got Hellions. He's getting a Raven. He's got these Cyclones. Does he have any armories? No, he's going double engineering base. So I don't think he's planning on sticking with this mech. He's going to transition into bio at some point. But this opening, oh, double Cloak Banshee? Delicious. All right, so we got this thing. We got this thing in the main base. Now there are 2 queens, 3 queens with Spore Crawler support. I don't know about this. The Hellions checking for a 3rd base. There is one under construction. The Banshee's trying to kill something where they can't be detected. An Overseer on the way. And yeah, True can afford to take some shots to his lair. No big deal. No big Z's there. And Roach is going to go ahead and say, you know what, Hellions, get out. Get out of my house. The Roaches, the Queens, exactly what you need. And uThermal backs out. He backs out with his Banshees. The Hellions retreat as well. He went for it. It didn't exactly work. Did not exactly work out for our Dutch Terran player. Additional barracks coming up. Starport now making a reactor for those medevacs. Factory making a reactor as well. Probably just going to toss down on top of one of these new barracks that we are creating here inside the main base. Raven allowing the Banshees to kill creep tumors. That's nice. That's pretty nice. The Banshees can take down one of the Queens. No, because their Queen's anti-air is stupid good. Banshee's down to 5 hit points. Has 0 kills to her name. Her buddy had all the kills, and now she's dead. Hellions rolling in. Are there workers to kill at the 3rd? No, there are not. True is not going to saturate a 3rd base that he can't quite defend. And so the Hellions have found nothing which to eat. Nothing which to eat whatsoever. Double barracks coming up. Yeah, definitely a bio transition, which may trick True into thinking he can stay on this Roach Ravager thing, which after a certain point, you really can't. You really cannot. +1/+1 coming in from uThermal on those upgrades for the infantry units. Double medevacs getting pumped out and a single tank. And here's on the warpath is True, moving up here with the Roaches. Gonna find these Hellions. Get out of there, Hellions. Get out of there, Hellions. Run for it. Auto turrets being tossed down. Supply blocking True by killing an Overlord. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff here. Banshee trying to kill all of these Roaches. Lifting the wall. The Cyclones and the Banshee trying to murder what they can here. I don't know what these Roaches can do against the Banshee. The Banshee just really... Okay, there's the denial on the infantry armor level 1, so that's nice. A tank does force True to come in and kill it, though. Does force him to come in and kill it. Raven possibly can throw down an auto turret. Doesn't have enough energy for that. So Burrow Roach isn't going to be a thing. But man, True's making this thing work with Roaches. I am surprised. He's killed 5 SCVs. The Cyclones are like, there aren't enough of us. We're really good against these Roaches, but there are not enough of us. Tanks are what you need. A tank coming in, setting up into siege mode, killing a supply depot and supply blocking uThermal pretty nicely as well there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. 102 out of 93 available supply. Bad news again. Banshee can murder some things. It's hard to kill a Banshee with Corrosive Bile. They're just too vulnerable. Too vulnerable, too maneuverable is the answer I was going for. 10 drones on the way right now for True, though. He's really getting ahead in worker count. The attack did not kill uThermal, and if you don't kill a Terran player all the way there, you might as well not even be dead. Might as well not even be dead at that point in time. Moving out uThermal with the drop action here. Can he do this with a drop action? Can he actually put some hurt down on True? The 4 creep spreading Queens would like to say something about that and say, no, not allowed. 3rd base has landed for uThermal. Mules getting tossed down there as well. A bunker coming up just in case there is some kind of a crazy assault. I mean, True's not known to be that kind of guy, is he? No, he is. He absolutely is here. So these +1 Marines, no, did he have to restart though? He lost both his engineering bays because they were at the front line. He puts them in the back where they're safer. Those upgrades are going to be slow. That's bad news. Waltzing into this 3rd base, killing a Queen, trying to kill some of the drones. Roaches arrive and say no. Nope, get out. Get out of there. Lifting and retreating is uThermal, losing 1 Marine behind. Auto turrets dropping back here in the main mineral line of True, just trying to kill random targets, not really focusing on anything as it turns out. And +2 missile attack is going to be done here for True. He's going to have those upgrades. He's going to have those upgrades that he's been wanting. And he's going to have the upgrade advantage, even more importantly here. Resources lost about 3,700 lost by the Terran player compared to about 4,400 lost for True. Yeah, I mean, he's lost more stuff, but again, he's got a 4th base on the way. He has 63 workers compared to the 50 that uThermal has. And Roaches and Ravagers moving out, man. They are moving out along the edge of this creep here, trying to make sure the creep can spread. It's a big map. It's a big map. It takes a while to spread across the whole darn thing. But True's going to make it happen. Exactly what he's trying to do. And Fester's on the way from True. All right. So going in Fester. Is this another auto turret? Another auto turret. Killing 3 drones in the main base of True. So he's done a better job killing drones in this game. He's killed 6, which isn't a huge number, but it's still 6. +1/+1 done for the Marines that are on the ground here. Cyclones coming in as well. Marines trying to hold it. Ah, there's the fungal, though. There's the fungal. The Burrow Fungal, it's just a really good tool that every Zerg player should implement in pretty much every strategy, I would say. Just the ability to cast from an invisible point is awesome. I mean, I've complained a lot that they're squishy and they're easy to click and murder if you're opposing them. So I guess the options were make them smaller or make them invisible. And Blizzard went with invisible. They're going to experiment with that for a while and see if everybody complains. And they're complaining, definitely. Terran and Protoss players do not like that at all. But again, make them smaller or something. A lot of tanks setting up here. Tanks pretty good against these Lings. Big old splash damage on those dudes. This 4th base is under direct assault. Tank count of 3 is a little bit pretty darn powerful, as it turns out here. Scanning, trying to see what's up. It really wants to kill this 4th base. Going for it, though, is true. So many Lings and Ravagers and Roaches. Krosavile's landing on all of the tanks. uThermal kind of retreating a little bit. But he's still leaving his tank here, which has 8 kills. Everybody else going home. Everybody else might be going home here. Was there was probably another attack down here at the 3rd, but True managed to hang on to that one. Did not lose his hatchery by any stretch of the imagination. So 4th base still here. True keeping his stuff, keeping his bases despite the aggression that uThermal is showing. It's 148 to 181 total supply. Working on +2/+2, desperately trying to get to that +2/+2 arena. Killing some creep tumors all around the left side of this map. Killing a lot of creep tumors on the left side of this map. Creep tumors that have been murdered in this game are 16. Make it 17. Make it 17. Army coming on down here. Again, True really wishes he had +2/+2 right here on his Marines. He really does. Tanks have any upgrades? The answer is no. No, they do not, but +1 vehicle weapons is on the way. Again, tanks setting up on the edge of this creep here. Marines coming in, meeting a wall of Ravagers. Fungal Bile on a Cyclone and a bunch of Marines. Instant death combination there. And tanks just kind of setting up. Meanwhile, a Ling run by True, as is true to his character. Hitting some Marines that are just trying to get up to the front lines, killing a lot of these SCVs here as well. They got +1 attack. Pretty darn scary stuff indeed. SCVs coming back to the tanks. And the SCVs going back to work. Ling's trying to run inside the main base and get some murdering done as well. Oh, and they're burrowing. They're burrowing. Sneaky, sneaky. More Lings here. Some Roaches at the same time. Trying to poke up and kill this 4th. Still is uThermal. Don't know if he can do it. I don't know if he can do it. Oh, burrowed Lings here inside uThermal's natural base as well. Lings surrounding tanks. Roaches going head-to-head with Marines and Marauders here. Lings going after barracks that are just trying to build stuff here in the middle of nowhere. Lings getting murdered fairly well by these Marines and these Marauders. The tank helping pretty immensely. 14 kills on that tank as well. Marines continuing to try to bait units into this tank fire and kill the hatchery at the same time. Oh, big time fungal on these Marines, though. The Fungal Bile. Oh, the Fungal Bile is so dang strong. Reinforcements are here. Burrowed Lings still here in the natural base of uThermal. If he can, is he going to unburrow those at any point? I don't know. Can he get this hatchery? 88 hit points left on it, and is he going to save this thing? Holy crap! True saves his 4th base with 88 hit points. How does he do this? How does he do this? All right, so he's testing my theory that you can basically go Roach Ravager here. I guess Roach Ravager Infestor is a different play, though. Having the Infestors really is a game changer here for True. He's spending the gas, and he's making it worth it here. Now, True can't afford to let uThermal set up just outside his 4th base because he knows how quickly it can die. So he's going to chase this army away and then pull back, and anytime uThermal gets within range, he's going to chase him back again. These Lings could unburrow and get some damage done. There's really just some Marines passing by 4th base on the way from uThermal, but a 5th base is already done for True along the left side, which I'm sure you have noticed immensely. These Lings keep freaking me out. I'm like, there's Lings in the mineral line, and they're just burrowed. They're not doing anything. It's just blue. It's just blue in the midst of this red is all it is. Ravagers are at +2/+2. Roaches there as well as they share the upgrades. Hive on the way from True. Recognizing the importance of going Hive against Terran at this stage. You just need something. You need a little oompha. Oompa? Oompa? Oompa. Oompa is what you need. Spore Crawler, Spine Crawler here at the 5th base along the left side for True. With a bunch of Roaches should be enough to shove this drop away with a Marauder and a handful of Marines. Coming down to the 3rd base, trying to get some damage done. Spore Crawler here, Infestor here, Roaches here as well. The Lings finally come out, going after these SCVs here in the natural base, and there's the burrow. Is he going to scan? He's going to build a missile turret is what he's going to do. He's not going to scan. Not going to waste a scan on 3. 3 Lings. Lings trying to run up into this mineral line of uThermal's 4th base along the right side, getting some work there. Is there attempt? Is there a drop? Where are we losing drones? I don't know. I don't know why we're losing drones. It might have been something down here, but whatevs. 200 to 169 total supply. We do have +3 melee attack and +3 ground carapace and adrenal glands and banelings. On the way from True, Ling's trying to harass this natural base. Again, there are enough Marines here to hold it off with +2/+2 upgrades, no less. Again, he'd love to have +3/+3, but putting those engineering bays at the front door really hurt him. Really hurt him indeed. There's the Fungal Ling combination, getting rid of some Marauders and some Marines, but the Medevac's healing up very nicely as well. It's just Medevac healing is good. It is a good cookie. 181 to 200 total supply. Essentially both maxed out at this point in time. True looks like he might be going for Ultra, but I don't see any sign of an Ultraless Cavern. So no, just wants upgraded Lings, and he wants Fungals. So good for him. Again, uThermal pushing against this fourth base. A small group of Marines and Marauders trying to come down the left, getting absolutely eaten for breakfast by these Lings and a handful of Roaches and a bunch of Infestors here as well. This is an Infestor hit squad. This is 5 Infestors coming right on up into this natural base of uThermal. Can he... the Ling's getting the surround action here big time. Oh, the chain fungal on this group. So many Fungals. The Roaches finishing them off. Can the Lings? Nope, not when the Marines and Marauders are that pinned into that corner. Gonna fungal them again here. Ready, set, there it is. There is that green fungal. The Lings and the Roaches doing a lot better in that situation, but forced to retreat. Oh, gets caught. Gets caught by a group coming from the right side. That's a lot of dead Infestor there, but who's breaking that front of uThermals? True. True's breaking that front of uThermals, and he's moving on to the fourth base, possibly. Is he possibly moving on to the fourth base? These Lings, if they were +3/+3, it'd be a little bit scarier. They do have adrenal glands, though, which is nice. So we're at 5 bases versus 4 bases. Some Lings here in the fourth base of uThermal trying to cause some mischief. 55 to 42 total Harvesters. 40 SCVs have been killed. 40 SCVs have died so far in this game. That's a lot of dead SCVs. But again, if you haven't killed the Terran player dead, you haven't killed the Terran player. Marines, Marauders coming into the left side for True. Banelings trying to move on the high ground. Oh no! Getting killed from the low ground by uThermal. He sees this happening, stops it from happening. Army from True's rolling into uThermal's fourth base. I don't think he can save this, but he just lost his 5th. Did True. That's not good news. Slow Banelings waddling into this group of Marines and the Marauders. Fungal Bile trying to take out those Medevacs. Can't quite get it. SCVs running for their lives now as well. 139 to 140 total supply. +3 attack is completed for the Zerglings and the Banelings, which is awesome. Corrosive Bile's desperately trying to kill that orbital command. That fourth base of uThermal is just trying to save it as well. And good little surround here from True, but unfortunately the Fungals are really good. Really good from True here, and he just keeps catching small groups, fungaling them, but he's kind of trapped in a corner right now with these dudes. Fungals getting tossed down as fast as possible. But I think True just might be a little bit outnumbered here. How many Infestors does he have? He's got 4 in this group. Infested Terrans being tossed out here as well. That might be a desperation move. And yes, the Ravagers dying. The Infestors not dying as the scan is run out now. Ling's coming from the backside. Oh no, they're all dead. All the Infestors are dead. True trying to replant this 5th base along the left side. The Army, 108 to 94 total supply. uThermal has a bit of a lead. He has a tiny bit of a lead right now. Marines, Marauders waltzing into this 4th base that has been injured for a while, and I think he's going to actually finish it off. He's actually going to finish it off here. 4th base toast as well. Oh, Swarm Host out for True. What? And it is Ultras with chitinous plating being researched here, but down to these 3 bases is True. Not looking good. However, uThermal might lose its orbital command to infested Terrans. What? No way. Yes, he gets it. 4th orbital command is dead for uThermal right now. 4th base is replanted. 5th base, rather, for True is replanted. Spinecrawler here to defend. A lot of drones coming into mine, ladies and gentlemen. This is a lot of drones coming into mine. Oversaturating just a little bit. 21 out of 16 recommended. If uThermal can take down this 5th base, I think he might have it. I think he might. He really wishes he had +3/+3, you guys. He really wishes that he does. Ling's coming up trying to delay, but just getting murdered as well. But guess who's here? The Ultras. The Ultras here. Chitinous plating is 10 seconds away from completing. There's the Fungal. The Fungal with the Ultra combination is pretty fantastic. Got some transfuses here as well. True does not have a lot of units, but some of them are Ultras, and he's got Queens to transfuse them as well. So that's pretty good stuff. Fully upgraded Ultras with 7 armor. Just a problem for uThermal. He's got a lot of Marauders, though. is what he does. Is uThermal able to get a retake a 4th base? I don't know. I don't know that he is. Trying to kill some overlords that are just flying around minding their own business here. Slow overlords, actually. They don't have the upgrade. As it turns out, uThermal trying to take a 4th base along this left side, just south of his main. Will he be allowed to keep it is the question. Ooh, this Fungal Ultra Queen combination is actually pretty good out of True. Fungal going with the Ultras, transfuse them as necessary. I can't believe he's not willing to scan and kill this thing. Did he lose his Raven? He lost his Raven somewhere along the line. He definitely did and never made another one. Never made another one. Small drop from uThermal here inside the main base of True. And you know what? It's not a big drop, but there are enough of them. Unless an Ultra pops out. Never mind. An Ultra popped out, ladies and gentlemen. So that was not a good place for a drop for Marines that are +2/+2. +3/+3 even really isn't a great place. uThermal's not even bothering to kill the Zergling that forced him to land his orbital command in a bad place. That's actually a little interesting. I wonder why he did that. Ling's running on up here into uThermal's 3rd base. And they do so well against buildings when they're fully upgraded like this. Marines Marauders trying to kill them. Widow Mines under construction here as well. Alright, so 3rd base is alive. There's just nothing mining from it. But meanwhile, Ultras have shown up at uThermal's 4th. Are there enough units? No. No, uThermal knows there's not enough units, losing a lot of these SCVs very quickly too. 10 SCVs dead, down to 11 SCVs for uThermal. True's not incredibly healthy. He's got 41 drones and effectively 1 mining base, but that's more than 0 mining bases, as it turns out. Alright, Ling's just rolling in with wild abandon. Banelings do have speed. They're fully upgraded at the same time, waiting for the infestors to throw down some fungals and make this a little bit better. There's a single swarm host, which I find so very odd. So odd here. Keeps fungling the medevacs, but there's really nothing to take them down once they've been fungled. The army's trying to split as best he can for True to avoid those fungals and avoid the Banelings. Meanwhile, Lings are sneaking up this left side. Again, going after the army of uThermal while at the same time harassing with Lings. That's just a classic True move. It really is. Fungling, chain fungling those dudes. This last group of units for uThermal they can out-heal it. Actually, they can. They can definitely out-heal it unless the medevacs themselves get killed by the fungal, and they are starting to die. Infested Terrans top down, tossed down at the same time, trying to run is uThermal, but his main base is in shambles. Barracks are dying, starports are dying as well. Everything converging on uThermals that reattempted 4th base along this right side, but the fungals on everything. The Ultra's chewing through everything that it can't move because they've been fungled, and that's it. A good game out of uThermal. uThermal is defeated, and True is victorious. What a rough go for uThermal, getting beat in 2 different ways. By True in this compilation. And, I mean, it wasn't easy. It definitely was not easy for True to win this thing, but he did. So he gets a 4 next to his name, which is pretty fantastic. And that's going to be it for me from game number, I don't even know what number this is. I lost track. Resources lost here, 32,000 for the Terran and 33,000? 33,000 for the Zerg. 77 SCPs died, 28 drones died there. 507 Lings lost their lives. Whoa. 43 Roaches. Where's our Marine dead count? 175 of those guys as well. 1 Reaper named Saints Warcry. All right, so we'll come back with the final game of the True compilation, brought to you by Falcon Paladin in just a second. Welcome back to the final game of the True compilation. This will be a game between Zest and True on Cactus Valley, the ladder edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Zest. We've seen Zest before. He actually is the only one to get that 1 up there. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is True. Now, if our theory holds true here for True, man, it's hard to avoid dad jokes when you're casting True, it turns out. He's going to go for a hatchery inside the natural base of Zest. And that may win, that may not win. May hurt Zest, it may not, depending on how things go. Zest seemed to handle it pretty well back in this previous game we cast of his. So no questions asked on that one. All right, he's sending the drone out, and he's going to go for the hatch first in his natural base. Okay. All right, so this looks very normal. Yeah, I think he would send the drone out and go all the way down for the hatch in the natural, if that's what he was doing. But considering it is a 4-player map, and it's hard to know exactly where your opponent is, it's harder to do that on this one compared to something like Paladino Terminal, which is where we saw it previously. So gateway here at the top of the ramp for Zest. The gateway portion of the gateway expand is complete. He's going to come down and try to go for the expansion portion, which you can do because there's not a hatchery here. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for that one. And a scouting probe does find True, his second scouting attempt, very nicely. Better than your third. Just feels better when it's not your third. I'm trying to do some mineral harassment here, some mineral patch harassment, which is, again, the effectiveness is questionable. I'm not a huge fan of it, but if there's nothing else really going on back at your base, and there's not, for Zest, then why not? Then why not do that stuff? Expansion here on the way. We also do have a cybernetics core coming in for Zest at the same time, and that second assimilator, as is tradition for this build, out of the Protoss. Spawning pool finishes. We have a queen on the way for True. And I really wish this lined up better, this timing lined up better, where the hatch finishes at the same time the spawning pool finishes at the natural, because then your queens come out at the same time and your inject timings are the same as well, and it would be nice. It would be extremely nice, is what I'm looking at here. APM for these players, over 300 for Zest, just under 300 for True. Effectively the same. Probe decides to run as there are now Lings out, and the Lings are not fast, but the Lings are a little bit faster than the probe is. Actually, where's the probe going to go? Going to try to juke. Juke's back around. Taking you for a ride. Zerglings, but are probably dead? I don't know. It's one hit, and then it knocks both the Lings back. Watch. They're both very close, very close. There's the hit, and both Lings. One gets stopped and knocks the other one out of the way just a little bit. It's an interesting physics thing. Third hatch on the way from True in a traditional location on this map, just down into the leftish of his main. And what's the answer going to be here for Zest? He's got a Twilight Council opening, so possibly going to go for more of those Adepts that did pretty well for him in game number 1. He didn't do a whole ton of damage early, but he was more interested in conserving his Adepts so he'd have more for the further attack than actually doing any damage in that early situation. Ling comes right on in, does see the Adept, sees the Cyber Core, going to get any other information, sees the Twilight Council, and then dies. So, alright, so he knows we're likely going to be just seeing a lot of Adepts here with a Resonating Glaives upgrade. Adept here trying to kill drones. Has 0 kills. And does manage to get, are you kidding? Gets out of there with exactly 1 hit point of health. 1 hit point of health on this Adept. Excellent job by Zest. I mean, some of that's probably luck, right? He didn't plan to get out of there with 1 hit point of health, but hey, if that's how it works out, that is something he will take. Baneling Nest on the way from True. Exactly what you want to do in this case, where you're going to see a lot of Adepts out of your opponent is Banelings. Banelings doing that extra damage, doing that splash damage, but a double Stargate as well here, so possibly going to go for the Adept Phoenix that we don't really see against Zerg unless it's Zest, apparently. Unless it's Zest doing this stuff. And again, I don't cast every pro player all the time. I don't have enough time to do that, but apparently this is something Zest likes to do. It's the second time doing it. Adepts are just about done with Resonating Glaives. We're looking at about 10 seconds to go. It's going to pop over here in a second on the right side. Actually, was this not played on the GameHeart interface? I don't think this game was, because it would be popping up there if it was. All right, there we go. All right, no GameHeart here. And again, the thing that does pop these up is if the game is played on the GameHeart version of the map. I can't do anything about it if it wasn't. Can't make it turn on if it wasn't on the GameHeart map here. So Adepts trying to kill these drones here at the third base. Banelings trying to hit them. The Lings are kind of in the way. And the Adepts are able to escape there. So that was interesting. The Lings, if they'd stopped attacking for a second, the Banelings, I think, would have connected. And going to stay on the creep. Going to stay on the creep. Beg the Adepts to come in. Oh, going to get that surround. Going to get that surround. Are you going to finish the cancel? Cancel. It's a cancel. The Lings dancing back and forth. Are you going to go in my main or not? Are you going to go in my main or not? The answer is not. The answer was not for once there. Again, Adepts coming up. They can transfer out, and they decide to. They decide to transfer out. Sloverlord's coming in for True, scouting everything out, seeing exactly what is going on. Third Nexus on the way here. Is that scouted by our Zerg player? It is. It is scouted by the Zerg player. Excellent job there. Excellent job. So we're just to have Lings. We've got a lair. We've got Banelings for True. Third base is already up. Third base is under construction for Zest here, and I don't know. True's actually supply blocked, having lost a couple Sloverlords to these Phoenix, which is annoying, but not game ending. Again, Ling harassment, Ling aggression is what you see from True here, which is why these Adepts are sitting at the third base. Hey guys, you want to come in and murder some stuff? No, not allowed. Also, Mothership Core here with a pylon, so that's basically as good as a cannon. Phoenix do catch a Creep Queen. Kind of out in the open there, dead. 4 queens show up trying to avenge their sister and forced to retreat. Trying to kill yet an Overlord. Is that going to supply block? True, it is not. 92 out of 106 total supply. Adepts moving in to join their comrades. The Phoenix here. More Banelings waltzing here, or morphing in here at the edge of this creep. Banelings trying to get that hit on these Adepts, and no, can't do it. Slow Banelings, not as fast as Adepts. 3.5 move speed off creep compared to 3.5 move speed for Adepts. Phoenix trying to fly stuff here in the natural base. No, 3 queens. 3 queens, pretty good anti-air, as it turns out, against these Phoenix. Adepts rolling in again. Lings trying to stop them from running. Allow the Banelings to hit. No! Just escaping the clutches. Phoenix killing a lot of drones here in the natural base of True, you guys. Absolutely going to town. That is 14 dead drones in this game so far. Single queen inside the main base. You know what? Single queen inside the main base, we're going to kill you as well. How does that sound? And the answer is not well. I don't like it very much, says True, but can't really do anything about it to stop it. Another Overlord dies. More drones getting killed on the gas there. Oh, 60 out of 55 total harvesters for Zest, having killed 15 drones, 5 Overlords, 2 queens, and 28 Lings. So Zest is up 60 to 54 harvesters, like I already said. Looking at his third base, very complete there. Moving into an Immortal transition, which I think he was planning on doing in that previous game. He didn't actually need to do it, though, to get the win. I don't know what the Immortals are for. Immortals are pretty bad against Banelings and Hydras. So, I mean, Zest is kind of forced True down this route, right? Banelings and Lings and Hydras to deal with the Phoenix and the Adepts, and then he goes for Immortal, which is bad against all of those things. I don't know what the concept here is, but perhaps it will work out for him nevertheless. Muscular Augment's going to finish up here in about 5 seconds. Hydras are moving across the map. True is feeling a little aggressive. He's feeling his oats right now. Got those Banelings in there as well. Lings running at the same time. Phoenix killing yet another queen at this third base. Are the Phoenix needed to defend this third is going to be the question of the day. A lot of Banelings rolling in. Do they have speed? I don't think they have speed. No, they're waddling. They are waddling. Here it is. Banelings rolling on in. Photon overcharge, killing a lot of these Banelings first of all. Adepts, again, very good against Hydras, which is the one thing that Zest has going for him here. Banelings really want to hit, but the force fields are good. Oh, the force fields are really good for Zest here. Try getting through that without your Ravagers. And the answer is he cannot. He cannot. True abandons his designs on this third base. That he killed some probes. He's killed 4. He's killed 4 total probes at this point. The Phoenix flying around. The Hydras can't really catch them because Phoenix are so darn fast. Even with muscular augments, the Hydras can't catch them. Sentries are helping immensely here with those force fields. Just saving the day against True. Hydras. Banelings rolling in. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this strategy, although Zest has a lot of Adepts, so it makes more sense for the Banelings. Again, Immortals, don't know what you're here for, but you've got 3 kills on 1, so good for you. Photon Overcharge is up a little bit prematurely, but it does force True to wait just a little bit before going into attack. Phoenix trying to pick up some of these Hydras. Thin this Hydra count. That is something they're really good at doing, actually. Their extra damage versus light is pretty fantastic stuff. More Banelings here. I just feel like the sentry count is enough to handle it. There are 12 sentries here. A lot of them have enough energy for several force fields. And going to try to come in here with the Banelings and the Hydras. Force fields are up, but Banelings committing and just getting mauled. Just getting destroyed here. Trying to walk through another force field trap. It's a circle of force field traps. This is so many dead Banelings, you guys. I don't know if I've ever seen this many dead Banelings in my life. 64 dead Banelings making 0 connections, it feels like. The Hydras are all getting lifted by the Phoenix and getting murdered by everything else. The ones left on the ground are dead, and suddenly it's 130 to 78 total supply. True is in a world of hurt right now. Those force fields were sick. Absolutely sick out of Zest. That's something, Protoss players, if you want to turn from good to great, learn how to use force fields well. Honestly, it's what sets apart the terrible players from the good ones is force field usage. Immortal waltzing across the map here. They're going to attack this third, and he's just got more Banelings. He's got more Banes, which has not been the answer to this point, so I don't know what's going to make it the answer this time here. So the Immortals are pretty good against buildings. Knocking down this third base will be the Immortals' job for the most part. Yes, wow, there are 6 Immortals here, and they're going for it. Force fielding off the Banelings, getting, nope, just kidding, no hits on the Banelings. Force field's too good. Again, why did I expect anything different? Banelings trying in vain to get in there. The Immortals crushing the Queens. The Phoenix lifting them as well, and that's it. A good game out of True. True is defeated, and a Zest, your victor. Wow. So apparently True's really great at this game, unless he's playing against Zest, in which case things do not go as well. Okay, let's look at that again. Banelings lost. 73 Banelings lost in a 10-minute game. 73. I mean, some of them hit, obviously, because we did end up losing 13 Adepts. Maybe that was just the Hydras, though. I don't know. I didn't really see a single solid Baneling hit on Adepts throughout this entire game. Zest control was that good. 32 Hydras died. 68 Lings. Resources lost here is just a sad tale. 5,000 resources lost for Zest. And a full 14,800 resources lost for True, including 3,500 gas, which is going to be those Banelings. I just don't like Banelings against Protoss. Even if there are a lot of Adepts, once the sentries come out, it's just game over, man. It is game over. All right, so let's wrap this up. That's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. It is a player compilation. We do these once every Sunday or so. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also subscribe. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.